All right, Miles, let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons. All right, this is a team we've talked a lot about in the offseason, and we're excited to say the Falcons finally got their first win of the 2022 season with a thrilling 27-23 road win over a pretty scrappy Seattle Seahawks team in Seattle. And look, Falcons fans, after a couple tough losses to start the season, you're finally in the win column, and there was a lot of big-time playmakers today. And Miles, you and I are going to talk about it a little bit, but we want to hear from you, Falcons fans, in the comment section below who you think the most valuable player of this win was. Let us know the standout guy you thought had a great day. Was it Mariota, Pitts, Patterson, Drake London got involved, some guys on defense potentially with a few key plays? Let us know in the comment section below who you think really stood out. But Myers, what are your thoughts on this Falcons getting their first win of the season and just the army of playmakers they have on offense?
Yeah, Nick. Often, I'll shout out defense first. Grady Jarrett had a pretty good game. Big sack. All in all, good showing by them. AJ Terrell did all right. Everyone looked pretty good overall. But if we flip to the offensive side of the ball, this is the part that really, really impresses me. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Okay, a lot of people won't say this. I think Cordarrelle Patterson is having like offensive player of the year type season.
Yeah.
Like this guy is incredible because you can throw him the ball and he can get a 100-yard receiving game. In the next game, he runs it for 150 yards. You know, he is unstoppable wherever you put him. And I know players have tried to do this before. I think it was Ty Montgomery for Green Bay. He would try to go like running back, receiver, and he was just not really great at either of them. He was serviceable, I would say. Cordarrelle Patterson is legitimately, at the beginning of his career, an incredible return man. Okay, great running back and a good receiver. So he's all around an incredible player, and he's really, really impressed me. Obviously, Mariota played a clean game. He did what he needed to do to get the win. Drake London looks very impressive as a rookie early on. Kyle Pitts, obviously, we know he's a beast. Freak of nature. Never seen a tight end athletically as gifted as him. But overall, this Falcons team, if they can string it together and Mariota can play these clean games, they are going to beat a lot of teams that aren't expecting to lose to them.
Well, and I think the thing with the Falcons, right, and we talked about this in the offseason when, there's reports, oh, this is the worst roster in football. When you look at it, especially on offense, they're just
Not that bad.
stacked. Kyle Pitts is a phenom. 5 catches, 87 today, multiple big plays. Drake London, 3 for 54 in the touchdown. He's just a physical presence. Cordarrelle Patterson, who, basically – Cordarrelle Patterson is basically Deebo Samuel, but the media doesn't treat him the same way,
Yeah.
right? He's the same guy, same kind of impact he can have. I know he probably runs the ball more and acts more of a traditional running back than Samuel, but he can and did today line up as a wide receiver and potentially make plays in that arena as well. So this Falcons team is stacked. I think Mariota was efficient today. He averaged 11 and a half yards per passing attempt. He did have that one bad mesh turnover towards the end. Luckily, it didn't cost the Falcons. They were able to make a big stop and come away with a win. But I think Mariota, just using these playmakers because they have them. I think that's the big thing is understanding that Pitts, Patterson, London, they're just so dynamic and explosive. Where if, like you said, if Mariota can just kind of be more efficient and just take advantage of that, this is a team that can score points. And we've seen this, right? This is a good Falcons offense. They scored 25 against the Rams, obviously 27 today. I think 26 against the New Orleans Saints, right? So this is an offense that's really good. If they can clean up things a little bit just clean it up, be a little bit more efficient, maybe play a little bit better on defense. This is a talented football team. And remember, there are 2 losses. One of them's to the Rams, one of the better teams in the NFL, and one of them's to a Saints team that's got a good roster, even though they've had some issues to start the season off. And really, they had a good chance in both those games to win, right? They had chances to win late in both those games. So this team, this roster with these playmakers, there's a lot of firepower here, and they could make some noise if they just clean up and find some ways to win some more of these games. But this step in Seattle against the Seahawks was a big move in the right direction.
And let's break down this division a little bit, okay? So you got the Panthers, who I'd say they're very, very mediocre right now. They got a win today, but that's against the Saints, who, yeah, they beat the Falcons early on this season, but they are looking worse and worse as the season goes on.
Winston's a dud.
Yeah, it is not really great to watch the Saints right now. So you feel confident to split the series with them coming in the next game. Tampa Bay has been struggling offensively a little bit. They're probably your toughest competition within your division. But this is an Atlanta Falcons team, like you said, preseason draft, everyone's saying, oh, this is like the worst roster in the NFL. And I think we did a video rating the Falcons roster, talking about how they're more middle of the road than they are bottom. And I think they're working their way towards especially offensively, being a high tier team, like a competitive caliber team that could sneak into the playoffs if they are able to win this division.